Greetings, dear one. It is I, Christ. My Mary is here as well. As you celebrate Memorial Day, remembering and honoring all those that you've loved who have transitioned before you, we wish for you to honor yourself today and remember why you have come as an Earth volunteer to assist the planet and all of creation. Today, take a moment and remember your life, all you've been through, sacrificed, achieved, and succeeded in this lifetime and through many incarnations of time to become an Earth volunteer as you are today. Today we are honoring you for your dedication, service, devotion to Mother Gaia. Allow yourself to trust deeper in your own innate wisdom and trust in the divine plan of your life so you may honor your life, your sole purpose, and find peace, knowing you have contributed to the divine plan for this planet. Applaud yourself for all you have done to bring peace, love, light, hope, faith, and renewal to this beloved planet. Remember to honor yourself as we honor you. Today is a celebration of you. Shall we begin? And this book was written, or at least it was published in 2011, so that was 13 years ago. I'm going to make a reference to that. Earth is a school that we attend and learn lessons, but it's not the only school. You have lived on other planets and other dimensions. You have done many, many things you cannot even imagine. Many of the people I've worked with in the last few years that I've regressed to past lifetimes, where they were light beings living in a state of bliss. They had no reason to come into the Earth's density and negativity. They volunteered to come help mankind on the Earth at this time. I've encountered what I considered to be 3 waves of these new souls who are living on Earth. They've come at this time because of those people who have been here for lifetime after lifetime, have become bogged down in karma and are not advancing. They have lost sight of their purpose of living on Earth. When an intelligent being was created on Earth, the Council decided to give us free will and see what we would do with it. There are plenty of planets where there is no free will. The Star Trek directive of non-interference is very, very real. This is part of the Council's directives. They cannot interfere with the development of an intelligent species. They can help by teaching us and giving us knowledge, but they cannot interfere. I asked, wasn't it considered interference when they came and gave us the next thing we would need in our evolution? They said, no, it is a gift we give you one time to help you into the next stage of your development. What you do with it is your free will. Many times we have taken their gift and used it for something negative or destructive, which was not their intention. I said, then couldn't you come back and tell me that they were not using it in a correct way? They said, no, that would be interference. We give it to you. What you do with it is your free will. We can only stand by and shake our heads in wonderment at the complexities of humans that we cannot interfere. The only exception to this rule would be if we reach the stage of development that will destroy the world. This could not be allowed because it would reverberate throughout the galaxies, disturbing too many planets and even life in other dimensions. You would not think that a small planet deliberately isolated in this part of your solar system would have that much impact, but they said the results would be extremely far-reaching and devastating. We were supposed to be a perfect species that would never get sick and could live as long as we wanted. Earth was supposed to be a Garden of Eden, a perfect place, but something unexpected happened and changed the whole plan. When life was beginning to develop nicely, a meteorite hit the Earth and it brought bacteria that caused disease. This was the first time disease was introduced into the Earth. When this happened, The beings overseeing Earth's evolution went back to the council. They asked what to do now, and their perfect experiment was spoiled. There was great sadness. The question was whether to destroy everything and start over, or to allow life to continue to develop. The council decided to let it go ahead and evolve because so much time and effort had been involved. They allowed it even before they knew, because of disease, that life on Earth would never be perfect as originally planned. These higher beings continued to observe our evolution from afar, but something happened in 1945 that really caught their attention: the explosion of the atomic bomb at the end of World War II. We were not supposed to have atomic power at that stage in our evolution. They knew we would not be able to control it, that we would use it for destruction. When atomic power was supposed to be introduced into our timeline, it was intended to be used for good. I said that we were using it for good, electricity, and such. They explained that because it was first created as a weapon, it would always carry the negative aura and never have the great benefit it was supposed to have. We have just come through the horrible World War II, so they knew we would never be able to control something as powerful as atomic power. It was just human nature, and they were extremely worried about this could lead to destruction. During the development of the atomic bomb, the scientists didn't really know what they were experimenting with. It was an unknown element. They were told that they could conceivably ignite all of the hydrogen atoms in the atmosphere and create a massive explosion that would destroy our world. But the scientists ignored this advice, and their curiosity kept them remembering. All of this is told in my book, A Soul Remembers Hiroshima, where I did years of research on the development of the bomb. After the war ended, there was much distress amongst the countries that created a buildup of nuclear stockpiles, so the worries of the higher beings were well-founded. We didn't know what we were playing with. It was an extremely dangerous and volatile time period. It was during this time, at the end of the 40s and beginning of the 50s, that UFO sightings began to be publicized. The higher beings went back to the council and asked what to do, since they are not allowed to interfere with mankind's free will. This is when the council came up with what I think is a brilliant plan. They said we cannot interfere from the outside, but what if we help from the inside? It is not interfering when you ask for volunteers to come in and help. This is how the call was given throughout the universe for souls to come to help the earth. The people on earth have been caught in the cycle of reincarnation, on the wheel of karma for hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes, returning and making the same mistakes over and over again. We were supposed to be evolving, but we were not. This was the main reason Jesus and the other great prophets came to earth, to teach people how to get off the wheel of karma, to help humanity to evolve. But we are still making the same mistakes over and over again, creating wars and so much violence. So the people on earth were not going to be able to save the earth. How could they help the earth when they couldn't even help themselves? It needed pure souls who were not caught in the wheel of karma, who have never been to earth before. In the last 5 years of my work, I've been finding more and more souls who have come directly from God and have never been in any type of physical body. I've had people go back to where they were ETs, living in spaceships or other planets, to where they were on other dimensions, so where they were light beings and did not need a body. The volunteers came in with a sheath to cover over their souls so they cannot accumulate karma, because once they accumulate karma, they have to be reborn again and again. Now there are tens of thousands of these new souls all over the world, and the higher beings have said they don't have to worry about us destroying the earth. They say we have finally tipped the balance. We're going to be able to save the world. The purest and the most innocent of all are those souls that have come directly from the source of God. I've asked to know what God is. They said that our conception is just a tiny thread of what He truly is. We cannot even begin to conceptualize what He is. They all describe God in the same way. He's not a man. If anything, He would have been a woman, and because women are the very creative life force energy. But God is neither man nor woman. He is a huge source of all energy, described as an intense fire or light. Some call God the great central sun, a huge energy source, and yet so full of love and total love. One client described the source as the heart of the sun, the heart of God. And the pure beings who have come directly from God go back to the source during that session. They do not want to leave. This is where we all began. We were originally one with the source. The souls who have come directly from God say that there is no separation. All is one. I asked if you loved it so much, why did you leave? They all said the same thing. I heard the call. Earth is in trouble. Who wants to go and help? Even the ones who were ETs have said the same thing. And when they come into the body, like all of us, their memories are erased. I've asked, wouldn't it be easier if we remember why we had come? They said it wouldn't be a test if you knew the answers. So the purpose of the 3 waves is twofold. 1, to change the energy of the earth so it can avoid catastrophe. And 2, to help raise the energy of the people so they can ascend with the earth in the next dimension. Estimating the approximate ages of the 3 waves came about while having sessions with hundreds of people. The first waves of souls in their late 40s to early 60s. Remember, this is 13 years ago, so whatever your age now, where most of us are in our 60s, and so we are the first wavers. The first waves of these souls in their late 40s and early 50s, after the dropping of the bomb at the end of the 40s, now have the most difficult time adjusting. They don't like the violence and ugliness they find in the world and want to return home, even though they have no idea consciously where that home might be. I remember feeling that way back in the 90s when I was in my 30s. Emotions disturb and even paralyze them, especially strong ones like anger and hate. They cannot handle being around people expressing them. These dramatically affect them as though emotions are foreign to them. They're used to peace and love because that was what they experienced, where they came from. Even though these people seem to have a good life, loving family, and a good job, many of them try to commit suicide. There seems to be no logical reason, yet they are so unhappy they don't want to be here. The second wave are now in their 20s and 30s. They are moving through life much more easily. They are generally focused on helping others, creating no karma, and normally going unnoticed. They've been described as antennas, beacons, generators, channels of energy. They've come in with a unique energy that greatly affects others. They don't have to do anything. They just have to be. I've been told that just by walking through a crowded mall or grocery store, their energy affects everyone as they come in contact with. It is that strong, and of course, they do not realize this consciously. The paradox is although they are supposed to be affecting people by their energy, they really don't feel comfortable being around people. So many of them stay home secluded to avoid mixing with others, even working from their homes. Thus, they are defeating their purpose. Many of the first and second wave do not want to have children. They unconsciously realize that children create karma, and they don't want to have any tie here. They just want to do their job and get out of here. Many of them do not marry unless they are lucky enough to find another of their own kind. The third wave are the new children, many of whom are now in their teens. They have come in with the knowledge needed on an unconscious level. The DNA of everyone on earth is being altered at the present time and changed in order to adjust to the new vibrations and frequencies. But the DNA of the new children has already been altered, and they are prepared to proceed with little or no problems. Of course, many of these children are misunderstood by the schools and are sadly being medicated. A recent medical report has now announced that 100 million children have been misdiagnosed with ADHD and put on Ritalin and other drugs. There's nothing wrong with these children. They're just more advanced and operating at a different frequency. Because they are so intelligent, they become easily bored at school. I've been told that they need challenges to keep them interested. This group has been called the hope of the world. Some of these children are only 9 or 10 years old and have already graduated from college. They're forming organizations, and amazingly, these organizations are to help the children of the world. I asked them one time why the first wave had been the most difficult. They said that someone had to be pioneers, the trailblazers, the ones to show the way, that carved the path that would make it easier for others to follow. And so lucky us, we are the first wavers. Dear ones, yes, it is I, Christ. I wish to share this for you to understand on a deeper level upon this day, so that you can truly begin to honor yourself, as many of you are the first wave of pioneers that have come to answer the call from the Great Conclave. It is important on this day, as you celebrate your Memorial Day, as you celebrate those who have sacrificed their lives, and those who have come before you, your ancestors, who have transitioned on this earth plane. We want you to focus on yourself today and to focus on the dedication and the commitment that you have made to be here on this planet to serve. For many of you, it has been most difficult. Your life has not been easy. Your own energy fields are what we call fragile or compromised or sensitive. And as you begin to age, your body becomes more sensitive to the higher vibrational frequencies. Your emotions become more sensitive to the higher vibrational frequencies. Your energies become more focused on how you can remain at peace. Throughout the course of this particular incarnation, you have seen many changes within your world. The world has changed very rapidly, as they say, before your eyes. For many of you were born in the 50s and the 60s, and you've seen so much change in technology, in the attitude of the individuals that are now residing upon this planet, and what you call the destruction of the earth through capitalistic greed and gain for those who have no understanding about the earth. And indeed, there is a sadness and a sense of loss of hope and a forlornness in so many souls. This is part of why so many people at this time are choosing to leave the body through disease, through suicide, through accidents, through the natural course of life, simply dying naturally through old age and natural causes, as they say. But it's important to remember that each of you are strong. Each of you that are on this call are extremely, extremely, extremely strong Earth volunteers. And it's for you to honor yourself and to know that we continue to support you in all that you are doing. We are supporting you on many levels, mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically. Many of you have transmuted so much pain and suffering in this incarnation, and you have transmuted a great deal of energy that would have caused many of you to become very ill and perhaps have allowed your body to physically transition and die. But because of your fortitude and because of the strength of your bodies, the majority of you are in good health, in a good state of mind, and are continuing to hold the faith, the hope, and the devotion, and the love for your mission for this planet and all of life. And you have not given up, as they say, hope. HOPE, help our people evolve. And so today, as you allow yourself to honor yourself, know that as an Earth volunteer, once again, you have come for a reason, you have come for a purpose, and you have come out of the true love for Mother Gaia and for the great plan, the great design. Because of what you do here in this incarnation and throughout multiple incarnations on this earth plane is recognized, is honored, and is well received. For those who feel that they are not contributing to life, and perhaps they do not understand why they are here. They want to leave and are tired and want to go home. We say to you at this time to reevaluate who you are, why you came, and allow your energy to be used in the highest level of frequency that can possibly be used. As you raise your consciousness, as you raise your frequency, as you raise your energy to the purest of frequencies that you're able to raise, you will transcend the lower vibrational frequencies upon the earth. And you will remain in a state of what we call a catapulted state of harmony, peace, love, and grace. As if each of you are raising your frequency into another dimensional frequency, into the one in which you were originally created. You are coming back home into yourself as a spirit, living in your physical body. These are not empty words, it is truth. The majority of you are raising your frequency into the dimensional frequency in which you were originally created, as was stated here in this book. You're returning back to the energy of the source in your conscious mind, body, and spirit while remaining here on the earth plane. Therefore, what you are able to tolerate in the past, you are no longer able to tolerate, as they say, meaning that your vibration has shifted, and what has been compatible or what has been tolerable will no longer be in alignment with your vibration. It does not mean that you will become more irritated. It simply means that you will not be what we call interested in being in these frequencies. And so people, places, things, and energies that are not of your vibration, you will not feel drawn to be there or with individuals any longer. Many of you who are the first wavers, again, as we said, are very highly evolved beings. And being alone, in many ways, is a solace and a comfort. But it is not for you to hide or to be afraid to go out in the world. It is simply a place of solace, but for you to be in the world but not of it. To become an attached observer and allow yourself to go out into the world but to remain in your solitude. That you're carrying your higher vibrational frequency of your spirit with you like your light body. You're becoming more aware of the energy that you are holding, the energy that you are emitting, the energy that you are exuding. You're becoming more aware that you have a purpose, you have a plan. And we will say, you'll become more aware to be sovereign of your own energy field, to protect your energy, to protect your life force energy. By what you're eating, drinking, exposing yourself to, the environment in which you live, the people that you spend your time with, and on it goes. You simply will become more discerning as your light body and your crystalline light body are continuing to become lighter and lighter, purer and purer and purer. This is all a part of you returning back to the original source. And so today is a deep celebration for each of you. as you truly begin to honor and hold your energy, as we've spoken at our last gathering, with the understanding that indeed you are royalty. You are powerful children of the light. And as you honor yourself as a powerful earth volunteer, as a powerful star seed, as a powerful child of the light, you shall begin to view yourself differently. And the decisions that you make while you continue to remain here on the earth plane, you have been elevated into another level of consciousness. You have been elevated into another status, as they say. And so do not be alarmed if you do not feel as if you are compatible with others, and do not allow that sense of loneliness to overcome you. Do not allow seclusion to be your friend. Honor the time, but allow yourself now to continue to serve with the intention that your soul is calling you to serve. As long as you remain physically alive on this earth plane, you are in service. And you have a purpose, you have a mission. And we will call it a duty, as they say, because you have chosen to come here. And it is your duty to yourself, to your spirit, to your soul, as a part of the galactic family of light. And you may say, I don't choose to do this. And we say that is fine and well. But for those who continue to choose, we say, be conscious. And we use the word duty because the duty is to yourself. You have chosen to come here. It is not by accident. It's with intention. It's with service. And it is an honor. And so today we ask you to hold this intention of honoring yourself within your heart. Because we honor you, we love you, and we embrace you as part of the family of light. And as said, as many of you are the first wave of the earth volunteers, you are the pioneers, you are the way showers. You've had difficulty with others understanding you. Many of you have had to hide and be secluded and allow your voice to be suppressed. And just as my mother helped each of you to clear your vocal cords at the last gathering of the Sisterhood of the Rose, so that you can now step into your power, this message today corresponds with a message from the Sisterhood of the Rose. Of stepping into your power, speaking your truth, and allowing your level of discernment of how you will guide your life be your calling card. Not to please others, not because you think you have to, not because you're under the control or rule of another. Perhaps you feel obligation to a husband, to your children, to your parents, or to whomever you feel this level of obligation and responsibility. You are only responsible for yourself. You are sovereign only to yourself. And your happiness, your peace, your comfort, in knowing that you are a sovereign being of light who's come to this earth plane, again, time and time again. But in this moment of now, as an earth volunteer, saying, I choose. I choose to place my attention and my devotion in service so the divine plan can be complete. And some of you say, this may not happen in my lifetime, and perhaps it will not. But you have contributed to the whole. You have given what you were called to give. Just as I lived during my lifetime, and many did not understand me, my teachings. And I was persecuted for what I believed and what I shared and what I taught. But it did not change me. It only allowed me to understand that there was more work to do. And ignited me to carry on more fervently, more passionately, more potently. And as I continue today, as many of you refer to me as the living Christ, I come with that same fervor, the same passion, the same commitment until this planet returns back to its original state of peace and love in which it was created. And many hear the cries of so many and their pain and suffering. And then if you could see the glory and the transformation of so many souls of merging into their light bodies and awakening on a very rapid level, you would not be so disturbed by what you think is the destructive forces or the negativity. Yes, it is at play. But there are more and more beings that are awakened into their true power, awakening to the divine essence than you can imagine. And that is the tipping point that has occurred. That again is what they call the 100-monkey syndrome that has occurred. Faster, 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 faster. That is why you are feeling time going very quickly. As time has spun up. Because the ascension of this planet has speeded up. More and more souls have awakened. And your weeks and your months and your years fly by. On your calendar years, you say, oh my gosh, it is already such and such a day. And yet is the acceleration of the energy that is awakening this planet to return back to its original essence. Be present in your moment. Honor the light that you carry. And know that you are contributing on a grand scale. And so today, as you celebrate this beautiful day of Memorial Day, may you allow your heart to be at peace. May you rest and trust and allow your own self-value to be recognized. For many of you, you have not felt as if you were worthy. And today is about receiving this sense of worthiness and honor. And truly feeling it within your heart. That you have all given and given and given. And indeed, it is your time to receive. As many of you are familiar with Sanuna, the angel of giving. Her message is as important now as it was when Lee brought forth her transmission 25 years ago. And so as you begin to receive this beautiful gift from dear Sanuna, the angel of giving, to live in joy and remembrance of who you truly are, to allow your frequency to rise, and allow your heart to be open. And so today, if you are so able to listen to the message of dear Sanuna in search of the goddess within. You are searching not only what you find within yourself to be true, but you are now searching for the remembrance that you are a beloved, beloved, beloved Earth volunteer who once again has chosen to serve. And so Sanuna's energy is alive and well here today with you. Her presence, her energy is surrounding each of you upon this day to live in joy and remembrance of who you truly are, in search of the goddess within, in search of the God within, but in search of the remembrance that you're a powerful physical spiritual being who have chosen to come to this planet to serve and to be served. And so today, as you receive this beautiful gift of healing upon your own soul, remember that the light of God surrounds you, the power of God protects you, the presence of God watches over you wherever you are. God is, and all is well. And so we seal your energy with the beautiful energy of the white light of God. We seal your energy with the beautiful energy of peace. We seal your energy with remembrance. As you remember and honor yourself and the beauty of your own spirit and your own soul, for choosing to come to assist Mother Gaia and all of creation. And so today, as you stand in your power and you stand in the love that you are, allow yourself to honor yourself. Be kind to yourself and be gracious to yourself. You shall begin to feel your strength and feel the power of your spirit coming more consciously into your physical mind and body as you become aware that your spirit is alive and well within you. And that is the guiding force that guides your life. Go now, my children, be at peace, be at peace, be at peace. And truly know that you are loved. Love beyond measure. And love beyond comprehension. Take the time to honor yourself. As dear Sanuna has said, live in joy and remembrance of who you are as you are in search of the goddess within. Go in peace. And we thank you, Christ. We thank dear Sanuna. We thank all the beings of light who have stepped forward to assist us today. We thank you, Father, Mother God. We always send our blessings, our love, our healing to Mother Gaia and to all of life. We thank all the Earth volunteers who have come to be here on this planet who are assisting, and those who have left this planet who are assisting from the other side, as we know that we shall return to the great conclave, and there shall be a great reunion with great celebration when we all reconvene, when the great plan is complete. All in due time. All in due time. All in due time. And so it is.